Alrighty. Hopefully you guys can hear me correctly, proper, the whole nine. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me make sure on my phone, and then we can start it. Keep going. Let me see. Okay, yeah, we doing pretty good now. Okay. A little bit more light. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more light. Never hurt nobody. But hello, my name is Caleb. I go by the initials of KT, and welcome back to another episode of the Catch Man. Free agency right now is super crazy. A lot of players have left, came back to the team, going to different teams as well, which is the same thing. But I think it's really interesting, this free agency period so far. And to talk about it, you cannot start it off without talking about Kenneth Walker III. Yes, K9 has left Seattle, man. Honestly, I'm going to be quite real. It happened so much earlier in the day that I had a little bit more time to process it. It really does hurt, I'm going to be quite frank. To lose a guy like K9 who, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't the biggest fan, but I was still a fan of him. Great player coming out of Michigan State, had vision, touch a little bit. And quite frankly, to lose a guy like that and go to the Chiefs, it's really the Chiefs part that's kind of really hurting me. It's really the Chiefs. But I understand that they were probably willing to offer him, obviously, the most money that the running back position has seen so far. And, I mean, he did the right thing, man. Going out there, you already won your ring. You already got a little bit of momentum going. Why not carry it on? Obviously, you want to stay in Seattle, but Seattle's not spending $15 or $60 million per year. I think his deal was to go to Kansas City, and over the length of how many years? That would be crazy. And Seattle just didn't have the cap space, nor do they view him. And when I say view him, John Snyder doesn't view him in the same light as KC does. And that's both in the good and bad way. KC is suffering a lot. They don't have a lot of pieces on their team anymore. You see what they did to Trey McDuffie. They're dishing people out. They lost Jalen Watson as well, and he went to the Rams as well, not mistaken. So they're losing people, and they gained a really great running back, and that sucks. Then afterwards, we lost. Who else we lost? We lost Boye Mafe. We lost 8 Ball himself. We lost Kobe Bryant. And that sucked, honestly. I like Kobe. I said this a while back, ironically so. Like, if it came to dressing or really putting stuff together and putting on, I'm going to be honest, I think Kobe Bryant's one of the best guys out there. And for him to go to Chicago, where they do try to put a lot of stuff on and they have great drip sometimes, he's going to fit in well over there. A great player, a guy that converts from slot cornerback to safety. Him getting that amount of money was actually kind of crazy, and I'll bring up a little bit of the contracts later, but to really talk a little bit more about it, though, just to lose Kobe like that, I mean, it sucks. Boye Mafe also got signed, which I did predict that Boye Mafe was not going to come back, and I predicted that Kobe wasn't. I thought K9 would come back mainly because of he's been here long enough. The team values him. The guys like him. And honestly, it wasn't the fact that he couldn't go out there and get a lot of money. I wasn't that my concern. Or that wasn't, like, realistic in my eyes. But it was just more so the fact that I thought he would just stay in Seattle since he's grown so much with this team. And honestly, with the players here, quite frankly, man. It's not even just about the organization. It's really more so about the players on the individual level. So I thought he was going to stay, but, man, it honestly does suck. But like we said, man, it's really unfortunate, though. It's super unfortunate. It truly is. But, hey, hopefully he continues to have a great career over there in Chicago. And they're getting a good one, man. Kobe Bryant's really good, man. Then we also lost somebody else. Oh, Boye Mafe. I did predict he was going to lose him. I think he went to Cincinnati. I think it was 3 years, $20 million per year, which is crazy. I thought the Bengals were very stingy. I guess not when it comes to certain players, I assume. But that was a crazy. There's really that amount of money that's crazy to me. $20 million per dollar per year is very crazy to me. I didn't think that he would have went to the Bengals out of all teams, really for $20 million, but I guess they value him that much. He is a good player, very overshadowed by the other guys that's on the team, like Derek Hall, DeMarcus Lawrence, Nwosu even. And we'll do a little bit more of like the projections and seeing how things shape out and add that into the model to see how it just comes out a little bit better. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a crazy offseason. And Seattle still has a lot of cap space left. It's not too crazy in terms of how much they lost after signing back Rashid Shaheed and Josh Jobe, who I predicted they were going to be back. Mainly because the Josh Jobe one I knew for certain. The Rashid Shaheed one I did not know for certain if he was going to come back. And the reason behind that was Cooper Kupp, how do they feel about him? Is he contemplating retirement seriously? And if so, who's going to be able to step up? And that's a lot of money that you're putting into that wide receiver room, alongside with maybe extending JSN this season, or maybe saying, hey, we add that fifth-year option, we extend him at the back end of that. And so we're good on that. I know they're going to re-sign Spoon and give him a massive deal. When not re-sign, extend him. And that allows him, because Trent McDuffie got his deal, that also allows you to compare numbers and bases, and then that's really around the range that he's going to get. Tariq, I don't know where Tariq is going. Tariq hasn't said anywhere where he's going, or I haven't really heard any news of any teams really poaching Tariq so far. But I know there's teams out there that are, but it's just more so that we haven't seen him get signed yet. But he's probably going to get signed on the second day, or probably later today. You just don't know with free agency. So it's very crazy, honestly. Jalen Phillips went to the Carolina Panthers, had a whole bunch of money, man. Carolina massively overpaid, but when you're desperate like they are for an edge rusher that at least has some juice and some upside, I think that's somebody that, honestly, I kind of want to see how to get, but for how much money they gave him over there in Carolina, y'all can keep him, honestly. You can really keep him. A lot of other things just happened, man. It was just crazy. I'm gonna be honest. Michael Pittman got traded to Pittsburgh for a pick swap as well. Dang, someone else got traded too. Oh, Teron Johnson got traded from the Bills over to the Raiders, and it was a smart move, honestly, for the Raiders. For one, the Raiders have been picking up everybody. Quay Walker, they picked up. Eric Stokes, they got back. They just re-signed a whole lot of players, man, and they've been really going crazy at it, honestly. What trade? We made a trade? Who made a trade? Who made the trade? Whoa, hold on. Someone made a trade? Hold up. I gotta see something. Oh, Reed Blankenship went to the Texans. Okay. Alrighty, so we're really getting crazy out here, man. That's crazy. Man. Okay, well, bro. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I saw the Seahawks traded part. I thought we traded somebody, but nah. Rashid Shaheed comes back, signs a 3-year, $51 million deal. I think that's pretty good, actually, considering all the value that he adds as a punt returner, kick returner, and he's still a good wide receiver as well. I think that's very clear that the team wanted him back, needed him back, and also that there are mutual interests between both of the teams. Josh Jobe also signed back as well. Bro, I'm looking at these Raiders contracts that they're giving out. Man, they are crazy. They signed Tyler Linderbaum, 3 years, $81 million. They signed Quay Walker, 3 years, $40.5 million. Then they have Nakobe Dean, 3 years, $36 million. Jalen Naylor, 3 years, $35 million. Kwity Paye, 3 years, $48 million. Eric Stokes, 3 years, $30 million, which is $10 million per year. Of course, y'all get that math better than me. And then the Teron Johnson trade, and then Malcolm Kuntz, who was not mistaken, was there as well, or he might have been somebody new. Actually, let's look that up. Malcolm Kuntz. Let's see. No, he was already there on the Raiders, so yeah, that was the easy shit for them. That was easy. But yeah, that was very easy for them. That was a good one, honestly. I thought they did a good job on that one. Okay, so to look at the receiver market right now, let me bring this up on the thing for y'all right now. Alrighty, so to look at the receiver market right now, these are a couple of the guys that's available. As we all know, also Mike Evans signed back. Not signed back. He signed with the 49ers. He got a 3-year, like $60 million deal, or 2 years, $60 million. Like, Mike gets to that bag regardless, bro. Like, Mike's going to be living good after this. Mike's going to be living good. But to start off right, we have DJ Moore traded to the Bills, of course. That was huge news when that happened. Michael Pittman, like I said, traded to the Steelers, which is a great move for the Steelers. My only issue with that move is that you could have just... I still don't know why they traded George Pickens at this point. I really don't know. And then if you're going to do all this, Michael Pittman, I think he already signed a huge deal already. So, I mean, you you really just, I don't know how much money Michael Pittman got paid. I don't know. But I will tell you this much, though. If Michael Pittman's around the same ballpark of how George Pickens is going to get paid or around that, it just doesn't make sense for me for y'all to do that. It really doesn't. Like I said, Mike Evans got traded. Not traded. He signed with the 49ers. Jahan Dotson signed with the Falcons. Wan'Dale Robinson signed with the Titans, which is a really good pickup. I like that pickup a lot, actually. Matches for one offensive coordinator there, or head coach there as well, Brian Daboll. And it's a really good fit, actually. I really do enjoy that one. George Pickens, franchise tag. Alex Pierce obviously went back to the Colts after signing a huge deal. Of course, let's see. Treylon Burks, Commanders. Xavier Smith, Jalen Coker went back to Carolina. And then Tyron Broden went back to Seattle. Okay, so that's a couple of the wide receivers. Edge-wise, I kind of want to see that. Let me show you guys. It ain't popping up for you guys? Let me see. I kind of want to show the cornerback room, actually. That's actually one I really do want to show. Let's get rid of the wide receivers. So, like I said, Teron Johnson got traded from the Bills over to the Raiders. And that was a really good trade, honestly. I thought they did a smart job of doing that because, honestly, for the Bills to release a guy like that would not have made any sense. Jamel Dean, good player. He signed with the Steelers. I like that a lot. Amik Robinson, not my favorite player, quite frankly. Hold on, we got some more news. Hold on. Did someone else get this sign? Okay, Kendrick Bourne signs with the Arizona Cardinals. Okay, waste the time. Meek Robinson, Commanders. I guess that's good. I guess I don't really know too much about the Commanders. I just find it funny because I'm gonna be honest. I just don't know how you have that much cap space and don't do anything with it. Like they have, honestly. Actually, let's check it right now because they might have the third most. I think they have the third most cap space, but they're not doing anything with it. So yeah. Then Trent McDuffie obviously traded to the Rams, which is a huge deal. Actually, I didn't really talk about that. Honestly, I never even talked about it on here. I think that's a really good deal. One, they traded their first round pick, a couple more picks as well, but I think for them they needed a guy like him, quite frankly. Now, is he the JSN stopper? No, I don't think so. But I think it's a really good matchup because now you're getting the guy that could also go from the outside corner to now also going to the slot. So you could follow him around. And I think that's really an interesting thing. And quite frankly, I think the Rams defense kind of got a little bit broken down last year from a multitude of things. One, the run defense wasn't as good as people hoped it would be. You know, you had Brandon Fitz, Jared Verse, Kobe Durant. No, not Kobe Durant. Is it Kobe Durant or Kobe? I know his name is Kobe something, man. The defensive tackle. But he's also good as well. But actually, let's look that up because I don't feel like mispronouncing somebody's name, and that's not their name, actually. I really don't. Oh, Kobe Turner. That's his name. There we go. Kobe Turner. Kobe Durant's the defensive back. Shout out to him. Maybe a Seahawk. You know. But, yeah, man. I think the front four for them was really heavily regarded a lot. But it's just the linebacking core for this team is not really that good either. Ladman is good at getting turnovers, I guess, but he's not really good at both man or zone coverage. He's tackling's okay, I guess. But at the end of the day, their linebacking core is really weak. And I think that's really the biggest issue with this team is really the linebacking core. The cornerback room actually wasn't an issue last year, even though they did get fried a little bit. But like Darius Williams, Kobe Durant weren't bad. It really just came down to, quite frankly, they just couldn't stop the run. So, let's see. Greg Newsome is a free agent. Wait, is he a free agent? I don't think that's right. I don't think he's a free agent. He could be a free agent, actually. Josh Jobe, shout out to him, went back to Seattle. Tristan McCullum, Alontae Taylor went to the Titans. D. Alford went to the Bills. That's crazy. Really? He followed Brian Daboll over to the Titans. Oh, okay. That's cool, actually. Asante Samuel Jr. went back to the Steelers. James Pierre went to the Vikings. Man, hold on. That's kind of... I like this one, actually. But yeah, we just don't know what Kobe... Not Kobe. We just don't know what Tariq Woolen is going to do, quite frankly. I don't know. Nobody knows, honestly, what Kobe's going to do. And that's kind of the thing. With Kobe is... Not Kobe. Why I keep saying Kobe? Because I keep thinking about the cornerback. But no one knows what Tariq's going to do. I think it's going to be cool to see how much money he gets. Maybe he comes back to Seattle. Hopefully he does. But at the end of the day, man, I got to be honest. It's kind of concerning, really, to see how much money a lot of our guys are getting. Like, Boye Mafe, $20 million is crazy. Like, that's a crazy deal. Now, Kenneth Walker deal was a lot of money for the running back room. Kobe Bryant, I expected him to get money. I thought it would be a little bit from us, but at the same time, I kind of projected a little bit inside of the mocks that we had that he would probably leave sometime. So, I mean, it was just scenarios that I just put out there. So, thankfully, you know, I was one of the people that put that out there, but hey, it kind of worked. And then Kendrick Bourne signed with Arizona Cardinals for 2 years, $10.05, and a max of 12. So that must be incentives in there as well. So to start off, man, we're gonna go back to stick to the model. This allows us to do a little bit better job of visualizing it. Can y'all see this actually? Can y'all? Y'all can. It just looks very weird right now. Hold up. Give me a second. Hold up. Let me crop that down like that. Crop it a little bit more like so. Alrighty. I think that makes it kind of easier to see. Yeah. And then go like that. And voila. Okay, so this might not be as accurate as obviously. So Raiders 122 million. That is not accurate. They just spent a load of money from Quay Walker to Trishan McCullum to we just named all those guys. Okay, N'Kobe Dean, Jalen Naylor. Like they spent money on these guys. Okay, Reed Blankenship left from the Eagles, went to the Texans. That's a really good deal to actually do. I wish they would do that to offensive linemen. But, okay, they got a lot of money. I mean, obviously, you can see who has the most money and who's willing to use it. And Seattle just falls really in the middle of the pack of not having, like, too little money, but not having an excessive amount of money like Washington or Tennessee does or L.A., honestly. So, let's go back to this. So, like we said, there are players who are going to be cap casualties and there's guys who are not. To start off right, we are going to be extending Leo Williams. I think it's a smart thing to do. I'm not sure how long he's going to play for, but he's not retiring this year. If we extend him, the cap hit this year will be 23, and then the next year will be 11. So it does help. Then we extend him. Extending Derek Hall now would give us a lot more flexibility down the line. I would restructure and extend. No, I would restructure and extend to Uchenna Nwosu. He does have a XYZ amount of money. So if I backload it, what is that? Let me see. I think it's just better to extend him, honestly. Extend and so we save 5 point something. So, or I might not be doing the numbers right, honestly. So y'all let me know. Cooper Cup, you're cool. JSN, you're still on your deal. Devon Witherspoon, extend only. We'll change. What do you say? How long? How much is that Trent McDuffie deal actually? Because I gotta look that up. I don't know how much that's worth, but that Trent McDuffie's deal. McDuffie. It is worth. Let me see. This happened, what, about like a week ago or something like that? Okay, that's a lot of money too, actually. Key in. 124 million and highest paid at 31. So how much are we giving them now? That's a lot. let's just say we extend him. I'm not really focusing on the numbers right now. I'm mainly more so focusing on extending him. And so that gives us space. Edge. We already did Derek Hall, Boye Mafe. Derek Hall, Boye Mafe. Spoon. We just extended. And we're going to do JSN, but let's just say he did his 5th-year option. We just called it a day. So that saves us a little bit more. And then, yeah, okay. Now let's go to trades. No, I'm not trading Devon Witherspoon. Zach Charbonnet. Parker Washington. We don't want Jordan Brooks back. He leaves. He comes back. Crystal he just comes back for. Let's just say Jake Bobo. He's still out in free agency. We don't know. Brandon Peely. I think he's back. I'm not 100% sure. AJ Finley. I believe he comes back. So right there. Yeah, let's just. Ooh, actually, hold on. No. Fuck was that sound? Let's hear the fucking. Crazy. J. Thomas, Crystal. Okay. And then let's say that, and then that should be able to get us to free agency. We resign Rashid Shaheed. How much did he get paid? This is a lot of numbers to input. I ain't gonna lie, but fuck it. We'll just say we resign Rashid Shaheed. I think he did get a 3-year-long deal actually, so we'll see. Let Kobe go. He resigned somewhere else. Boye. Josh Jobe, 2-year deal. Boom. That's cool. Reek. K9 leaves. Kobe leaves. Boye Mafe leaves. And so far they haven't made any other additions to it. So yeah. And then that leads us to our draft. And we will start it. Now, obviously, this isn't going to be 100% accurate. Things could change from today to whenever the draft is, which is, I'm not 100% sure. But I think it should be interesting, though. I really do. Now, we're going to trade back because our pick is not what I want it to be. 67th. Let me see. Score. Really? Damn, they took 2. I know what you might be saying. We could have taken XYZ. Yes. So, corner, we are going to see edge. To see who's worthy of being our first pick. How's the interior offensive line looking? Pretty good, actually. Let's just say Chris Johnson. I think Chris Johnson honestly does fit a lot. Personally, in the beginning, I wasn't a huge fan of him, but after the combine and then seeing a couple of the interviews with him, I think he does fit what Seattle does want to do, and I think they would go after a guy like this who does have experience at being a better zone corner guy than his man, and we run a lot of zones, so it really wouldn't affect him too much. I selected Romello Height, one of my favorite edge rushers in this draft. I think he has a great combination of things. I think he's not one of these edge rushers who is really good at stopping the run, but not good at getting after the quarterback, or vice versa. I think he's one of the most complete edge rushers in this thing. Honestly, his edge rushing is good. His run stopping can be better, and it's only due to technique, not due to a lack of arm length or power or anything like that. It's more so about setting himself up to be successful and really take on these tackles and just stack and shed. We will go. Let me see. Maybe go back. Let's see. We'll go back and we'll see what happens. Honestly, 91 isn't too crazy. Okay, so we'll be selecting. He's a guard center. Let me see. Actually, they do a really good job at this, actually. Shout out to them. I don't think they're also going to your offensive lineman. As much as I do think that they should address it, I think that they're going to do the same thing that they did last year to this year. I think they're going to have a tryout between Christian Hayes, Bryce Cable-Dew, Anthony Bradford, and etc. I forget the last guy's name. But they're really just going to go through that and really see who's the best man that comes out. Because honestly, you did invest some capital into the offensive line last year from Mason Richmond, etc. Now, you got to see if these guys really do perform and are able to be those type of guys. But I think that would be a really, honestly, cool thing to see. Like, hey, we're able to develop our own offensive linemen, and they just become great. So, yeah. Now, with the addition of Rashid Shaheed, JSN, Cooper Kupp, Torrey Horton, there is not as heavily of a need to now go out there and get a receiver. Now, I still think they should. It's not impossible. It's not something that's not going to happen. I just think it's something that now you have the opportunity to do so, and I think it's pretty cool. So, right now, I would say help the offense out a little bit. Let's see the running back room. Katron Allen's really good. I like Mike Washington a lot. Nick Singleton is a good running back. I think he broke his foot actually during the Senior Bowl. Actually, he actually did. I don't know why I keep saying I think he actually did break his foot. That's the only issue with Nick Singleton, or else he would have went higher. But I think he's a really good running back. Honestly, I think he has the great combination of breakaway speed. He's a good pass blocker, and he adds something to this team that honestly both Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, the two of them combined, added, but separately they lacked. From Zach Charbonnet lacking home run speed to Kenneth Walker not being a good receiving back or a really good pass blocker, it limited a lot of things. But having a guy like this could really help. But Mike Washington is also a really good running back, man. I like him. He's not a guy that's scared of contact. Honestly, the only issue with him is pass blocking, quite frankly. Like, he kind of doesn't initiate the contact. He kind of waits back, but he has the size to do so. He's 6'2", actually, I think, or 6'1", it says here. But he's really fast, like we see at the combine. He has good intangibles, from willing to lower his shoulder and run somebody over like he did to Michael Taffy. And I just like it a lot, man. I think he's somebody that could honestly add something to this running back room that's missing. Katron Allen's a good running back as well. Really good, just pure running back. He kind of reminds me of Kenneth Walker in the aspect of, give him the ball, take off. But he doesn't really add too much to the game, honestly, compared to how Nick Singleton does. I like Le'Veon Moss, not because he's an Aggie, but because he actually is a good player. It's just the issue that he has an ankle injury from last year that kind of messed him up. But, yeah, Hemby is good as well. Black is good. I think there's a lot of good running backs that are going to be selected. So, I mean, you really can't go wrong. I would say Mike Washington is probably somebody that they're going to look at and say, hey, give him the ball. He has some good, at least health, better than Nick Singleton. And, yeah. So, nah, I don't like Tim Keenan, actually. That's one of my least favorite guys in this draft. I've never seen Benny. That name sounds oddly familiar. Isn't Sap a edge rusher? Intriguing. The reason why I took Skylar Gill Howard, ironically so, that Texas Tech defense was actually really good. And I just realized that I drafted two of them guys from there. But he's actually pretty good. And the only issue that I would have with him is the fact that he's not a great pass rusher right now, but he could develop into being super good, actually. Now, the safety spot. Ooh, since you lost a safety, we had to add that in. We have to add somebody that could play, maybe replace Kobe Bryant's role if we're feeling like Nick, you can continue to be in the slot. We have Ty Okada, but we need somebody to develop into being really good. Personally, there are a lot of good guys here. From Jalen Kilgore, who's somebody that has Swiss Army knife versatility. Reminds me a little bit of Julian Love in that aspect of he did play slot corner, he can play safety, so he's really good at doing both. Now, pause, no did he? Now, Bud Clark, really good safety from TCU. Huge fan of him. Good at getting up the ball, hits really hard, sound tackler. The Senior Bowl was really where he made his mark in terms of everybody starting to notice him. He was really good in the one-on-one drills. Michael Taft, really good zone coverage guy. I mean, he's probably one of the best coverage guys in the draft. He's not the best tackler, though. Lewis Moore, I think he's similar in that case as well, one of the best coverage guys in this draft. But he's not really the best tackler out here. But is workable. Bishop Fitzgerald, similar so. He has one of the best interceptions in this game. Actually, I think so. I'm not sure how many he had last year, but I know he had a lot. Actually, let's look that up. Bishop Fitzgerald. Let's see. He had 5 last year with 3 passes defended. So he is a playmaker on that ball. He is.
Third down.
Turn that off. He is capable of doing something good when he's around the ball. So he could be a potential one. And then, I don't know how to say your Wheatley? I think that's how you say his last name. I haven't watched enough film on him, so I really can't see. But stats, 6 interceptions. Really? Oh, no, that's career. What do you do this year? 1 interception, 74 tackles is pretty good, actually. I chose Bud Clark, man. I think he's one of the best safeties in this draft. I think outside of Dylan Thielemann, hopefully I pronounced his last name. Hopefully I did. Outside of him, man, it's really difficult to spot somebody that's better. Now, linebacking group, I know that's red, but I'm going to say that it's actually not as needed as much. I was reminded as of recently, we have 4 linebackers that are actually good on this team. Patrick O'Connell, Tyrese Knight, Drake Thomas, Ernest Jones. That's 4. Now, think about it. You're really running a 4-3 defense. So only 2 of these guys can really play, okay, from the linebacking group, not counting Nick as a linebacker. So you're really limited now. And I just think, personally, you're good players. Like Torian York is a good player as well. Bryce Butcher, hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name right. He's good. I think they're more so willing to sign somebody else to that. Now, if you ask me, one of my personal favorite wide receivers in this draft is Mr. Bryce Lance. Even though he's from North Dakota State, yes, the same place as Jalen Sundell and Gray Zabel. I think this guy is good, actually. He's super fast, honestly. He doesn't have a lot of film against the top of the top competition. That's really the only issue with North Dakota State. But they are a very good team and have been a powerhouse in their respective region. So, I mean, they got it, quite frankly. I don't know too much about how many times they drop back to throw in their ratio. I don't know that. But I have watched a lot of film on him, and I think he's a super good player, actually. I just think he needs to go to the right situation, develop, and he has super long strides as well, so that's something that's going to help. I say fuck it. We draft him. I say fuck it. We draft him, man. You know, what's the worst that could happen? There's a lot worse that could happen. Corner, I mean, you have potential here in these later drafts from guys like Sirach. I'm a really huge fan of Tacario Davis. If they go edge rusher first, I say, hey, look, Tacario Davis is one of the best corners. Even though he might not have the stats to prove it, man, it's mainly due to how injury prone he was at Washington and even a little bit at Arizona. So I can see the thought process on that one. Tight end, we're good. Quarterback, we're good. Interior offensive lineman. Would they go? I really don't think they would. I truly don't. I think they'll probably go double edge, honestly. And they find somebody that they really do like. I feel like I've seen them before. I heard this name before. Quintavious Hutchins. Come on now. Y'all gotta give me credit for that one. That was a pretty good pronunciation of it. First try? Come on now. Trey Moore. Cool little player. I'm not really 100% sure about this guy. Scheme, fit, and position at the NFL level remains unclear. I have not heard too much about Trey Moore. I've seen him before. I just haven't really heard much about him. Marvin Jones, though, I actually do like. He has a good frame for a edge player, and I think he honestly could end up being in the Mike McDonald system due to the fact that he like his edges a lot bigger than a lot of other people do. And they had to be able to stop the run. And Marvin Jones, he was at FSU, if I'm not mistaken. And he's actually a decent player. He just needs to get better. And he has potential to do so alongside with a great edge group in Nwosu, Derek Hall, D-Law, of course, adding him in alongside Romello Height. That does allow us to have a lot more things for this team. So I'm super actually happy with that one. Weeks, widths. So let's look at the picks. We selected Chris Johnson, Romello Height. We selected Mike Washington, the running back from Arkansas State. We have Skylar Gill-Howard, the defensive tackle, who is going to maybe be a Jerry replacement, maybe. We have to see a little bit more. Bud Clark, who's a really good safety. We drafted wide receiver to help add more youth to this room. Even though we do have Tyron Broden, Ricky White, Torrey Horton. But Torrey Horton has a shin injury right now, so I really don't know how he's going to fare. And then we have Marvin Jones Jr., who's a decent, not great, honestly, edge, and he could potentially be something. So yeah, that's some of the guys. And then for this last one, I gotta see. Yeah, TJ Hall actually did pretty bad at the draft, quite frankly. I don't think he did good. I signed out at the draft, at the combine. He did pretty bad. I think that kind of hurt him more than it helped. I took Cyrock mainly because of these couple of things. For one, Job was on a 2-year deal or 1-year deal. No, he's on a 2-year deal. He is 28 once he turned 30, so he is getting older. Adds a lot more depth. He could become a special teams person. Maybe, probably. I don't know. Maybe convert him to safety like how you did Kobe. Depends on really how you feeling. Chris Johnson's there, so you obviously add another guy. So you have about Spoon, Nehemiah Pritchett, Job, Cyrock, and Chris Johnson. That's 5. Safety room, you have technically 4, but let's just mark it to 3 because Nick kind of plays this hybrid role. Yeah. Bryce, he'll go there. He'll be the below Coop. Yeah. Turn Brolin probably be over him. Or yeah, Shaheed. Yeah, yep. That's about right. Bubba, yeah. Brady Peely, below height. Yep. And now y'all seen how it goes out. Yeah. So I think that was a pretty decent one if you ask me. But yeah, man, that look rough, brother. Ooh, put that cap back on. But yeah, I thought this free agency period so far has been really entertaining. Really been shocking to see a lot of players get the money that they've been getting. It's slowed down now. Like if you look at X or really anything that you've really been trying to get your information from in terms of offense, defense, signings, special teams, whatever, it's really been slow right now. So maybe it stopped for now. But I'm going to tell you, you're probably going to run it back tomorrow. But I'll tell you this much, man. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. A couple more players. Man, hold on. Let me see. Reed Blankenship signed for 3 years, $24 million. Okay, so wait, what? Wait, 3 years, 24. Really? 8 per year? What? Nah, that ain't right. Nah, I'm missing the. Yeah, I'm missing the 24.75. 3. 8.25. Really? So he got paid less than Kobe? Ooh. That's kind of shocking to me. I thought, didn't Reed Blankenship also win the Super Bowl? He was on that Super Bowl winning team, right? Yeah, it was Cooper DeJean. Yeah. That's kind of crazy. I didn't think he'll get 8.25. Actually, I thought he would probably get more money than that, but I guess not. I guess not. That's really shocking to me. I thought he was going to get that Kobe Bryant money. I thought he was going to get that money where it's like, hey, Kobe, we love you, but man, that was a lot of money that they gave you. But I'm looking at Reed Blankenship. That could have been a easily viable option there. Then, oh yeah, for the comp pick, I originally thought, now this was my understanding originally, I thought that we were going to get comp picks, not this year of course, but next year, and I thought they're going to be higher picks. Come to find out, I think we're only getting, should I really say it before I actually truly do know? Cause I know we don't get none this year, but 2027 compensatory picks. I really don't know how it works, but we're gonna see. Actually, I can show you this on the screen before we get off. Actually, let me show you. This is in here somewhere. Yeah, here. They put in 2027. Then we'll see. Cause K9, I think it ends up being K9 deal ended up being something. But I know Seattle gets. There we go. Come on now, man. Yeah, come on now, man. Y'all can do this yourselves too. But Boye Mafe is a 4th round pick so far. Kenneth Walker, Kobe Bryant is a 5th and 5th. And that's about it. So we get 3, which is pretty good, honestly, considering everything. And you can actually find a lot of value in that 4th and 5th round. Like I just showed you guys, even in the mock draft that I just did, we have some players here who, quite frankly, you wouldn't really go crazy over originally. But you look at it, selected laying around 146, Marvin Jones. He could potentially be somebody good, or you never know. Like you trading back, you getting all these extra draft picks. You know, you might be able to shift off some of these compensatory picks probably in the future. I don't know how you can do that, but like Bryce Lance, you never know, he could be a good pick, or you could do somebody else at that position. So 4th and 5th rounders, they're not just things to throw out anymore. Honestly, I think this draft is good. I think it's kind of lazy, honestly, for a lot of people to sit here and say like, yeah, I think this draft is terrible. Seattle, like, you know, they should trade all the way back, you know, just get picked for next year, or, you know, do this, that, and the third. It's like, well, for one, sir, the draft this year is good. The issue is that it doesn't have, like, any star quarterbacks outside of Mendoza and others compared to how last year's or years prior had they had, like, not DJ Lagway, but they had Anthony Richardson, when they had Trevor Lawrence, not counting these classes, but just really more so talking about each year has a quarterback prospect that comes out that everybody covets. So, I mean, like a guy like Mendoza, obviously he's going to the Raiders. You see how many moves they made from Tyler Linderbaum to Jalen Naylor to adding a guy like Clint Kubiak over there. They're really trying to help out and really establish that team. And they might be good, man, you know. They might, or they might just fall apart. We just don't know. And add all the additions from defense to the offense as well, like I said previously, that team might be good. But now that you're looking at it, you might say, well, that's really the issue, is that the quarterback class isn't that great. The running back room is good. It's not like crazy like how other years prior, like how you had Saquon Barkley in one year, you had Trevor. It's Trevor Etienne, right? Or Travis. I forget which one it was. But, like, you had a whole bunch of well-known name guys in that running back class as well, or in their respective classes. This year, you have Mike Washington, who's really became more stardom because of the Combine. You had guys like Dick and Kentron Allen and Nick Singleton, Penn State guys. Not a lot of people really pay attention to Penn State. If you play college football 25, you know how crazy Nick Singleton was. That was really probably the only reason why a lot of people knew about him. He included, actually, before this season. Then you add on, let's see, the wide receiver room isn't like OD like how it is in the next year's one, where you have crazy guys coming out. Jeremiah Smith coming out, which is easily the biggest hype guy that's coming out in probably the past 5 years, I want to say, from the wide receiver position. In terms of like overall, like super hyped about them. Like everybody's really going to try to get Julio 2.0, as some people might see him as, in that same niche, shall we say. The tight end room isn't like crazy this year. Like it's not like a crazy tight end year. Like Kenyon Sadiq is good. Is he somebody that I will draft with the first overall pick or like top 5? Absolutely not. He's not Brock Bowers. He's not any of these like super elite tight ends right now. I think he can become something really good, but I'm just not sure and I really want to cap out how he can be. So, I mean, it's a lot, quite frankly. I mean, we could go to the edge room. It's not super crazy. I mean, Ruben Bain's good. Is he really the best edge rusher that we've ever seen come out of the draft? No. David Bailey, he's good. He's real good, actually, in fact. But, like I said, you got Ruben Bain, you have David Bailey, you have Romello Height, you have Joshua Joseph, you have Derek Moore, you have TJ Parker. Like, the edge room is good. It's not as crazy as everybody wants it to be. Cornerback room is actually pretty steep, or actually pretty good in terms of depth. And from Willie III to Cario Davis to obviously Avion Terrell, Mansour Delane, etc., they have a lot of cornerbacks in this draft, actually. That's probably the best thing about this draft. Cornerbacks, safeties, linebackers, actually a pretty deep class, actually. I think Harold Perkins is a really good linebacker. Honestly, he can work on a lot of things, but I think if you get him in the right scheme, he could really come out already year one and just show up and show out. He's going to be a nasty user in Madden. I can already see it. Right now. Lurk artists? Forget about it. I think the offensive line group this year is actually pretty solid as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of things to like and dislike about this draft like there is for any other draft. I just think the Combine has really just helped put a light more so positively on this draft class. Because if everybody in this class ran like a negative or ran like a bad 40 and everybody didn't bench press enough, or the underwear warriors, like they say, just didn't perform today or during the Combine, a lot of people would have been shitting on this class. But this class is good, man. I think this class is one of the most talented ones that we've ever seen. Obviously, counting guys like Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese. Honestly, that's a bold statement to make, to say it's the most talented. But if I say one of the most talented, I think that gives me more grace. So, yeah, I think that's about it. So, with that being said, man, I want to thank y'all a lot for tuning into this one. Shout out to my dog, Tom. Shout out to Steph. Shout out to CJ. Shout out to SEC Takeover. Shout out to the guys, man, Nola Boys. Shoot, I mean, there's a lot of people I can shout out. Chicago, you know what I'm saying? Everybody that I know from Chicago, really. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, I want to thank y'all a lot for tuning into this one. It is going to get better and better. It's just more so growing pains with this. So hopefully you guys have a great day. As you can see, it's really turning to night. Lost sleep. But yeah, I think it should be fun. So with that being said, hope you have a great one. And I'm out. Deuces. Boink.